Hi, Avital is here, health and fitness coach. I apologize for previous 2 times I tried to make live video, but some technical challenges, so it didn't work. I do it again. All right, so today I'm going to talk about 4 steps to create exercise program that works. And the reason I've decided to talk about it because people often ask me what should I do if I want to lose weight, what type of exercise to do if I want to build my shoulders or to build my back, and all that good questions. So I've decided I make a video and I'll just explain in this video how I program for my clients, and that might be helpful without going into too many details. That might be helpful for you sorry, I'm just going to turn off that light in here. Oops. And that might be helpful for you to create your own exercise program. So first of all, let's say you decided that you want to make exercise a part of your life because there's no way around it, right? If we want to maintain a healthy weight, or we want to lose weight, or we want to grow old gracefully and prevent multiple disease such as, oh, hi Shirley, thank you for listening. Such as osteoporosis or muscle loss, right? Or just mobility and stamina and all that to prevent cardiovascular disease, even cancer, and all the other multiple diseases. Exercise has to be part of our lives. Now, what to do? Maybe you go to the gym for years and do the same exercises on the same machines and you don't see any results. And that might be because you just don't know how to create that effective exercise program. If you have effective exercise program, you will see good results for sure. And it can be program that you can do in the gym or maybe even at home. But you need to know what are important components of each program. Before we talk about components, let's talk about your goals. So you have to take a piece of paper and write down your goals. What are your goals? Do you want to build muscle, to lose weight, or just to maintain what you have to stay healthy? And then after you have your goals on piece of paper, you are going to assess yourself honestly. What is your fitness level right now? So can you make 10,000 steps without getting tired? And how long does it take you to make 10,000 steps? Can you take 4 flights of stairs without getting out of breath? How many push-ups can you do? How many full squats can you do? What is your range of motion? Can you touch your toes? What is your waist circumference? To reduce risk of cardiovascular disease, we need to keep it under 31 inch for women and under 37 inch for men. So what is your circumference? Put it on a paper. What is your body fat index? Because people might be in good weight, normal weight, but the body fat might be too high, which is also creates risk for cardiovascular disease. Hi Kathy, thank you for watching. So put it all on a paper, and this way you will see where the work has to start, right? And once you have your goals and your current fitness level in front of you, you can actually start designing your exercise program. Now, every good exercise program has to have 3 components, 2 for sure, and maybe even 3, depends on your fitness level right now. So every exercise program has to have resistance training, cardiovascular training, and maybe mobility training. Now for mobility, you can do some stretches or you can do yoga. But for resistance training, you need to do lift weights. Can be in the gym using machines and weights, or can be even at home with minimal equipment that you might have at home already. Now you need to decide on a split. Like you will have to lift weights at least 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. It's recommended 50 to 60 minutes. And of course you start gradually and increase eventually when you feel a little bit stronger. And you need to decide what routine are you going to do. Are you going to do full body workout? Or are you going to do split routine when maybe on one day you train your legs and your glutes, and on the other day you train your back and your shoulders, and on the third day maybe you train your biceps and triceps. So decide on your routine, and then you have to decide on how many reps and how many sets are you going to do and what weights to use. With weights, it's usually easy. You pick up some weights and you try to do the exercise in good form. And if you do about 8 reps, and then you start to feel really tired, so you should be able to do about 8 reps and maybe even 10, between 8 to 10, and you have to do it in good form, but it has to be very hard. Like the last rep has to be really very hard. Then it's right weight for you. You stick to this weight for a while, and once it becomes easy, you start to increase the weight. Now for the sets, if you're just beginner, start with 2 sets, and as you become stronger and maybe your goals is bodybuilding, to build different body parts, then you need to increase your sets, to increase to 3, 4, 5 sets of the same exercise in one workout. And of course, you're going to access yourself eventually. Like if you want to build your shoulders, you will take pictures of yourself, maybe when you just start your program, and then you take pictures of yourself again 4 to 6 weeks in a program and see if there's any difference in your pictures, or you measure your circumference, for example, of your shoulders, and you measure again in 4 to 6 weeks and see if there's any growth of the muscle in your shoulders. This is just an example. And of course, you are going to create your cardiovascular exercise program as well, and it's recommended. It depends on what you are going to choose to do for cardiovascular. So it has to be cardio exercise that brings your heart rate up, right? And so maybe you will be just walking. Then try to walk 6 times a week, close to 1 hour, so you can do your 10,000 steps. Or maybe you decide, oh, walking is too boring, I want to do something else. Maybe you're going to do cycling or indoor cycling. Maybe you're going to do boxing. Maybe you're going to do swimming. Maybe you're going to do high intensity interval trainings, whatever it is. Or you can do a combination. Maybe you do high intensity interval trainings 2 times a week for half an hour. And maybe you do walking on the other days or on the same days as well for another half an hour, or maybe 60 minutes. You can do a combination, depends on your goals and depends if you have to lose weight or not, but you have to include cardio in your program. And then you have to look at what you eat, because no matter how much exercise we do, we cannot over-exercise bad diet. Like if your goal is to lose weight and you eat pizza 3 times a week, then we've got a problem. So to access your nutrition, you need to know for your goals, like if you want to lose weight, for example, you need to be in calorie deficit, and if you just want to maintain, you need to consume a maintenance amount of calories. How do you know that? There's free apps on your phone that you can install, like MyFitnessPal, and you can do it for a few days. Just put everything you eat on that app. It will give you by the end of the day the amount of calories you consume. And then you have to know your basal metabolic rate is how many calories you burn a day without even moving, and you add to it how many calories you burn during exercise. You can use your smartwatch and see how many calories you burn, and how many calories you burn for some other activities, like if you have sedentary job, or if you're moving a lot at work, then you will burn more calories. And then you have to compare the amount of calories you burn to the amount of calories that you consume. And if you want to do just the maintenance, it has to be even. And if you want to lose weight, then it has to be less calories, 300 to 500 less calories to consume than you burn. Then you will see some weight loss every week. So once you know all that, you need to know what macronutrients to eat, how much proteins, how much carbs, and how much healthy fat to consume every day. And you have to put it all on your paper, on your plan, and stick to it. And then you have to assess yourself after a while and see if there's any progress. Like if your goal is weight loss, check your weight every week and see if you lose some weight. Like if your program works, you need to lose about half pound to 1 pound a week if the program works. And then if you do your circumference measurements, you don't have to do it too often, but maybe once a month. And if you check, for example, your waistline, you need to lose maybe 1/4 inch every 4 weeks, or 1/2 inch, or even up to 1 inch every month. then you know that your program works. If you could just do 5 push-ups, maybe you can do 10 push-ups by the end of 1 month or 6 weeks. That means your program works, right? And if you put it all on the paper, because it's hard to remember, then when you check your progress, and if you see that, yeah, I'm progressing, then it gives you motivation to stick to the program for life. Or maybe you will change your program, but you stick to exercise for life. And of course, if you don't progress, then it means you need to change something. Also, progress pictures are wonderful. You can take picture of yourself in minimal clothes, in some swimming suit, maybe in shorts, in tank top, and then take the picture a month later or 6 weeks later and compare those two side by side and see if you look more toned. And at the end, if you feel like you're overwhelmed and there's too many things to do for you to create your own exercise program, I'll be happy to help you. I'm here. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Feel free to message me, and I'll be happy to support you in creating your program. Thank you so much for listening, and bye for now.